Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? It's Tanisha Marie, and you are here live with me on Simply Complicated Chats. And oh my God, we got a show tonight, okay? I tell y'all this every week, but y'all know every week we have a show because that's just the energy here. That's just the vibes we're bringing. So, with that being said, shortly we will definitely have some guests joining us tonight, okay? I am in the process where I'm trying to have somebody here with us every week, okay? It is Black History Month. It is my birthday month, okay? Clock it, because my birthday was yesterday. Your girl has turned 32, okay? 32. And as of yesterday, I was pregnant on my 16th birthday with my first child. As of yesterday, I will have been a mother half of my life. Half of my life. Okay? Can y'all believe that? Like, I've been somebody's mama since I was 16. I had this little girl after my 16th birthday. Okay, so I've been somebody's mama for 16 years. She will be 16 this year in September, and it has been a fucking doozy. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it honest, and we just gonna really get down to the nitty gritty of it. Okay, so tonight we will be discussing parenting, like the nook and crannies of it, the good, the bad, the ugly. And we just gonna get to what's really the deal when it comes to it. Because I grew up with a strict mother. Okay, I'll start there. I grew up with a strict mom. And I think she was more so protective than she was strict. And because she worked and went to school so much, her protection showed in other ways. Okay, and instead of her being the mother that I felt like I needed or the mother that I felt like I wanted at that time, she was the mother that she could be. I didn't understand that until I got to become a parent. And not even as soon as I became a parent, when those kids started getting older and shit started happening, and I started looking like, damn, what the fuck? How did I get here? Okay, like it's so much shit. I just sat and had a 4 hour long conversation with my oldest, and in the process, we were planning her 16th birthday. Um, just getting all the details down about that and what she wanted to do so that I can square out my budget. Mind you, her birthday's not till September, but I still have the twins. I didn't do much for their birthday because they're New Year's babies. They were born the day after New Year's, and we got a lot going on here. And I'm in the process of getting a new car right now. So we kind of set out for their birthday. We set out for my birthday. So for me and the twins' birthday, we're going to take a trip to Cali once we get our new car in a couple weeks. So that'll be their birthday trip. Baby son birthday is in July. So, I still got a plan for everybody else's birthday. My nephew birthday is in April. I don't know what my sister wants to do for his birthday yet. And I'm just trying to make sure I got everything squared away. So we planning out her birthday so I can line that up, put that in the budget for the year. And the conversation hopped around so much. If you don't know, my oldest daughter's father passed away. And when he passed away, it was such a tough time for me that I truly blocked out a lot. Like, I literally just realized the other day that he passed away the year I turned 21. And that year in itself, 2015, that year in itself was such a crazy year for me. And I knew it was going to be a crazy year for me because I broke my ankle 4 hours before my 21st birthday. February 1st, 2015. There was a blizzard that weekend, that week, whatever prior leading up. Y'all know I was in Chicago. I lived in Chicago. So there was a blizzard. It was a storm, heavy storm. And I've been a pothead for a while. So I was sitting outside smoking with my boyfriend and his best friend at the time. And it was so crazy. Like, that whole night was just crazy. But long story short, I was going in the house to check on the kids. And I'm hopping in the holes that we made so that we didn't get snow in our shoes every time we walk. So the previous footprints now are holes because we're all stepping in these same holes. So I'm hopping into the holes, trying to get to the porch. As soon as I hit the porch, I slide. My foot comes from right up under me, and at the same time it curves and I break it. Now at the time I did not know it was broken, although I heard it crack, but I didn't want to believe that my ankle broke. I just wanted to believe that maybe I twisted it, a little sprain, maybe a hairline fracture, who knows. But I did not think that I didn't want to believe that I really broke my ankle. So get in the house, I'm rolling on the floor in the kitchen, because as soon as you walked in the townhouse that I had then, it was into the kitchen. So get in the house and I'm laying on the floor. My cousin and her kids are in the house and everybody's there and they're like, what is going on? I'm just like, I fell. And they took my shoe off. When I say my foot was huge, So the year 2015 just started off horrible for me. Okay. The year of my 21st birthday was a horrible year. I blanked out. I don't remember much from it. So in the process, that was February. My daughter's father passed away in December, 2 days after Christmas. Me and my youngest daughter's father had officially broke up that year. So it was just like trauma after trauma after trauma. That year was just fucked up. Like when I say fucked up, that year was just so fucked up for me. And the icing on the cake was my daughter's father passing. And she just recently told me, like, it was a lot going on that she remembers. And in my mind, I'm just like, how does this little girl remember any of this when she was 5? Like, she was 5 and she's telling me stuff, and I'm just like, that shit that really happened. Like, you were serious about remembering that. So, I've always given my kids the floor to communicate with me openly about whatever. And I feel like being around other adults who grew up with me and they don't have the same parenting style that I have, they're still pretty much old school, or a kid should be in a kid's place. No, I don't play like that. And my kids really didn't get the chance to see how defensive mommy becomes when it comes to that, because at the time I was still growing out of certain things. Okay. I was still trying to find a backbone of my own, if you must, when it comes to certain people and certain things. So I used to let people give their inputs when it came to my discipline on my kids. And it took me not too long to figure out everybody can shut the fuck up and kiss my ass, because at the end of the day, these are my kids and I'm going to raise these little fuckers the way I want to raise them. Right? Okay. So with that, it was just like, really understanding that I am fully in charge. This is my ship. I run this bitch. Anybody hop on it, you got to do what I say. You don't want to do, hop your ass back in the ocean and go find you another ship to get on and ride, because this one ain't going to be the one you get to get on and just do as you please. It's not working like that. So my daughter felt like, because we were always around, my sister, my cousins, my brother, and just other people were always around us because I worked so much. So I occupied our village that we had at the time then. She just felt like she couldn't talk to me back then. And I understand. And I was very excited that we had this conversation, because me and my daughter had a big blow up last summer. And our relationship has really been off since. So I'm glad it ain't last a whole year, that we go without really communicating the way that we used to, because she's in her freshman year now. So it's like we already started the year off and we were kind of rocky in our relationship, and that is not what the fuck I wanted. She already don't live with me. So, I want to make sure that I keep that line of communication open and clear for her at all times. So when it comes to us having this conversation that we had the other day, it was really just like hopping all over the place. And she was just telling me so much. And I was really in awe, because it's just like, damn, my baby's really smart. Like, I've always known my kids were smart, and I knew they understood much more than I thought. But hearing her repeat things back to me, and things that she witnessed going on, and things that she saw, and hearing her say, but I didn't understand, but I just went with it. Like, that was my moment to sit and now explain. That was my moment now to sit and give her that understanding now, because she's old enough where she can understand. Like, yeah, back then she didn't, and she didn't ask questions because as a child of such a young age, how do you really ask certain questions and feel like you're going to get real answers, or feel like you're going to get an answer at all? Because my parents taught me to stay in a child's place. I didn't get to question them and what they were doing and why they did it. No matter how much it hurt my feelings or how it made me feel or how it made me look, I didn't get to question them because they were the parent, and that was seen as disrespect. Whereas I don't raise my kids like that. Asking me why is not disrespectful, because I want you to ask why. I want you to understand why I tell you no, that you can't do something. So at some point when growing up, not growing up, but raising my kids, I was that parent that used to tell them because I said so. Because that's what I was accustomed to. That's what I grew up hearing all the time. So that's what I knew. But then as the more I said it, the more I kept thinking like, damn, is this really what I want to give off? Like, is this really how I want to really, raise my kids? Like, I know how that feels when my mama used to tell me that. I know how that shit used to make me feel. I know I hated that shit. I used to want to tell her ass like, girl, you really doing too much, like for real. Like, if I'm being honest, I really used to want to go there with my mama because, damn, why you can't tell me? What's the secret? What is the big fucking secret here? Like, what we doing? So, as a parent, as we grow and we start to realize the patterns that we're dishing out, we have to understand that it's okay to go back and change that shit up. You ain't got to be the same parent you was last year. It's okay to say, I used to do this, but I don't feel like, that works for us. That's not the style of parenting I want for us because it doesn't work here. I see that you're a good kid and that you understand and that you're capable of doing what it is that I asked you to do and that you know more than I think you do. So yeah, now I'm asking you questions to see where your brain is and your mind is, and I can get an understanding of you. The one thing I used to say all the time about my mama was, I don't feel like she trusts her parenting. And that's not to say that she didn't do a good job parenting me. That's just me saying I felt like she was so strict and so on my ass about shit that she didn't trust her parenting. Because it's just like, you raised me. Like, yeah, I can go outside. I could be an asshole. I could fuck up. But you raised me. So if you raise me to the best of your ability and you feel like you're a good person, at bare minimum, you're a good person. You have the basics down of being a decent human being. You don't fuck people over. You're not screwing people. You're not out here killing people, down talking. You're just not passing down bullshit traits to your child. As long as you know that you did that, anything your kids give you with that is going to be elevated 10 times because what you gave them is the base. You really don't even know who they are or what they're capable of. You birthed somebody you didn't know. Like, I really had to get in my mind that this was a real thing. Like, I birthed these people and I don't know them. I don't know them. They don't know me. I'm still getting to know me. So it's just like, really understanding that, yeah, these are our children, but thank you, B. These are our kids, but goddamn, you really don't know who these people are. And it's not your job to create them to be anybody but a good person. Whoever they're destined to be, God already ordained that. He set that up. That is already written out, and it ain't have shit to do with you. You were not a writer in that story. Like, you had a part to play, but you didn't write the story. As the parent, you are not writing the story for your children. Thank you, Brian. But just realizing that as parents, we are really put here to guide them. Like, that is our biggest thing in the world, is to guide these kids. They are growing up to be miniature human beings. You are a human being. You are an adult person. They are children. They will one day walk in the same shoes that you are in. It is your job to prepare them for that. Not make life harder, not be a bitch because you have the power to, because you're the parent. That's not parenting. That's lazy ass work, if we're being honest. And I really like, these are the conversations that I really love to have with you guys. Is I really want y'all to understand, like, shit is so much deeper than the surface level of what we look at it as. When it comes to really being intentional with being a parent, I feel like a lot of us lack that. And I say us because I once upon a time was there. We go through this all the time. Y'all know I'm not going to talk about nothing I haven't experienced. If I ain't went through it and I haven't grown through it, I haven't learned from it, I'm never going to bring that topic to our table for us to eat off of and discuss and fill our bodies with, because I don't have no experience there. So I can't talk from experience. So I never want anybody to feel like if you come on here and you're listening and you tuning in that there's any judgment, because there's no judgment. I just want us all to get better. I don't give a fuck what you do, how you do it. Just if you can evaluate yourself and say, damn, maybe I can change this a little bit. If you can be aware of that, that's all I want. Because people aren't going to take everything I say and apply it to their lives. And I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for those who really just know that they can be better than they were yesterday. In some area of your life, be better than you were yesterday. Every day we should be learning something. And y'all know that's my biggest thing. Every day we should be learning something. If we're not, it's a problem. Even if the lesson comes through problems, we should be learning something. Like, that is the biggest thing of life. If we aren't really aware of that, what are we really doing here? Like, how are we really going to elevate ourselves and get to where we want to be? Because the thing is, growth is not comfortable. It's not at all. So I think everybody just really needs to understand that you got to have those tough conversations, especially with your children, because those are going to be the people that force your change. Those are the ones watching you on a daily basis. Those are the ones who really get to know the real you, because you feel like you don't have to put a front on for your children the way that you do for the world when you walk outside those doors. Those kids, oh baby, your kids will eat you alive. I know me and my friends been on Facebook all week talking about how it be your own kids that motherfucking give you the flux, that tell you about yourself, that make you, them kids, if they comfortable and they got the free will to do what they want, them kids gonna get you. They gonna get you. And it ain't shit you could do about it. Because, baby, my kids, that has been my biggest thing of going on social media and broadcasting my life. My kids is not about to embarrass me, okay? And, baby, they gonna do it on accident, on purpose. On accident, on purpose. They gonna do it. I promise you they gonna do it. And I know it. But I don't even give a fuck no more. I'm ready. I'm ready for us to get out there. I want the world to see what the fuck it is that I'm dealing with and how we really getting down with these kids. So that's another reason why y'all definitely need to come and follow the Simply Complicated Chats YouTube channel, because I'm about to get ready. I'm about to start getting ready to show y'all content. Y'all really about to get full on content of me and these kids and our daily habits, our daily life. And I'm trying to see how I can work it in where I'm getting content from the girls too, to put in, to mix in with me and the boys, so that y'all can see how they're flourishing where they are. So it's a lot that's about to transpire for 2026. I have so many ideas in the vault. Okay, me and my team of me have been working so hard, to the point where I spent my birthday in the house sick. Okay, all weekend I was sick. Yesterday I felt way better than I did Saturday and Sunday, but baby, I was in the house sick all weekend. So upset, but I really didn't have no plan, so it really wasn't too much of a loss of anything. But I did have a kid-free weekend, so I was able to enjoy that and just relax, which was cool. So yeah, 2026 is going to be very, very Refreshing. I'll say that. It's going to be very refreshing because I am so intentional about a lot of shit right now. And parenting is top priority, especially with these girls because my oldest is 16. She'll be 16. My baby girl will be 13. Like, I have teenagers, like two teenage girls. And at 13 with my oldest daughter, it was like, okay. Like, we was good. She was cool at 13. This other one, she is me all over again. She acts like me. She talks like me. Attitude is me. Like, you could tell that one, I raised her. She ain't nobody but me. She looked like her daddy with my attitude, and he hates it so bad. She is out there giving that man the flux, but I love it for them because this is their journey to really get to know each other. For him to see his daughter in action and her to see her daddy in action. I'm glad that they got this time together because he used to blow me. Parenting with these men these days, co-parenting, ghetto, pure ghetto. I'll tell any and everybody. My daughter's fathers, both of them, amazing dads. So amazing that they think that they were better parents than me. And it's just like, nah. Because the thing about it is, y'all wanted to act like y'all didn't have no trauma. Like, y'all ain't go through shit and y'all was just so good. Me, on the other hand, I knew I was fucked up. I knew I was fucked up. So coming into raising a kid, I'm just like, Jesus be offense. Because, baby, the way I'm set up, I don't know how these men gon' deal with me. And two girls, they both act like me. Both of my daughter's fathers took care of all three of us. I just got done telling both of them that. Like, I just sat and had conversations with both of them within the last 3 days and like really talked to them, really sat down and got in their brains to see what's going on. Because I always ask them, like, is it anything that I can do better? And my oldest daughter, it's like she be waiting on that question. Because that girl be ready to tell me that I'm a fuck up. Okay. She's so ready to tell me that I'm a fuck up, baby. She plays no games. Sis gives it to me raw. And she don't care. She's a Virgo, by the way. So if you know Virgos, you know they're nonchalant as fuck. They don't care. Either you're going to deal with it or you're not. And if you're not, they still don't give a fuck. They still going to go on about their day because they said what they said and they meant that shit. And I can't do shit but take it because I'm the same way, sis. I'm the exact same way. And then if you don't like the tone that I said it in, I'll make sure I let you know that, I didn't mean it that way, but that's just what it is. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm being a bitch. I really wasn't trying to, but I don't know any other way to say that. That was the nicest way I could. Like, this is why I really cannot be mad because my daughters are me. Like, all day long, my daughters are me. It never fails. It never fails. I pray for the men that end up with them because, baby, you're going to be in for something. I'm praying that they are very much so more healed versions of me rather than them being, minor assholes completely like I am. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a 50-50 chance, especially with the bloodline coming from their daddy. Yeah, it's a lot going on there because both of their pappies got some attitudes too. I just hope they've healed. Well, shit. The one. I know he's healed. He's done a little healing. That man got engaged last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. After my baby got up there, he proposed to his girlfriend. So I'm excited for this. I can't wait to see this transpire. Yeah, it's just I am that baby mama. I'm sorry. I don't really care for my kids' fathers after we separate. They become my brothers. That's what they are. They're like brothers now at this point. Like, we just related to the same kid. And I don't know what's wrong with my last brother. He just he's just an asshole. He doesn't want to do right. I don't know why he's such in his feelings with my last two brothers, because the twins daddy is a fucking doozy too. He's an asshole. But it's just like, I think I'm such the baby mama that don't give no problems, that they expect it. And they expect me to be problematic, these last two for sure, because I'm younger than them. So in their mind, oh, I'm just a young, hothead. And I'm not. I'm not like the rest of these young ladies. I just feel like, one, I'm not going to force you to be a dad. I don't like that. I've never liked no man being forced to do something he don't want to do. I'm shit. I just won't be bothered with you. To think that you still gonna have access or say so and not pull your own weight is diabolical. But I'm just gonna handle business. I don't have time for nothing else. It's really wild that, to even think that I'm gonna force a man to do what he's supposed to do. You lay down and got somebody pregnant. If you didn't want kids, you take proper precautions. Proper precautions. And I feel that way with anybody. And I tell people quick, a man's decision when it comes to a baby being born is given up when he decides not to wear a condom. He gives that right up. Anything that woman decides to do after she becomes pregnant, you no longer have a say so. And I hate to say it like that, but that's really the reality of it. Like, that the decision initially starts with the man. I mean, it starts with the both of you to decide that y'all want to have sex, but the initial decision of, rather, if a life is created in the midst of this, and if we're gonna bring forth this life, your decision is if you're gonna wear a condom or not. That's what gets you. That's where your line stops, The next line you get after that is how you're going to co-parent if there's a baby conceived. And I know y'all will probably hate me for that. Men, can I hear y'all opinions on that? Let me know how y'all feeling about that, because I have this conversation a lot with people, because with the twins, I got pregnant and I wasn't trying to get pregnant. Okay. I definitely was not. But I end up keeping them because it was two of them. And had it been one, right hand up to God, would have sent them back to Jesus. Okay. And that's just me being 100% honest, because at the time that I got pregnant with them, mentally, I was not prepared for a baby, let alone two. But it being two shook me out of everything that I was going through. Had it only been one, I would have returned to sender and sat in my depression. I probably would have went even more depressed because I had that done. So that probably would have fucked me up even more. That just would have been a whirlwind of bullshit. Who knows where the fuck I would have gone from there. But it's just like, really understanding where I was in those moments. It helped me make my decision on just going through with it, and going through it peacefully without being a headache to the person who decided that he didn't want any parts of it. Because I could have been a bitch. We still lived in the same state for a while. For the first 4 months of my pregnancy, I still lived in the same state as the twins' dad. I ended up having them in Georgia. But I end up, just really living my life. The crazy thing was, throughout that pregnancy, he kept an eye on me. He made sure to reach out and check on me. Although you didn't want these babies, your guilty conscience was eating away at you, and he wanted to make sure. Then when they got here, it was, oh, those kids don't belong to me. Sir, these motherfuckers look like you baked them, chewed them up, and spit them out. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, it takes entirely too much energy to be nasty. Like, I'd rather be cool. Because me being cool and moving on with my life gonna make your ass hurt. It's gonna make your chest cave in. It's gonna make your stomach be in knots. Like, the men that I have had relations with that I could be friends with now, I promise you, are like some of the coolest dudes in my book. Because if you could sit on the phone with me, but I think that's because I can give them the same type of energy back. Like we can sit on the phone and talk about the new prospects in our lives. We can sit on the phone and give each other goddamn advice. My youngest son's dad, man, we could be best friends. We were best friends in our relationship. Best friends. But that man did not want me to move on. So we can't be in a relationship, be in a friendship because he doesn't know how to accept the past being the past. Like if I get to talking to him about stuff, he'll give me advice, but then he'll take his shit overboard. Like you will give me too much information on your situation and just be like, you said that to piss me off, because that was unnecessary. I ain't need to know you did all that. You know, it's just some shit I don't tell my friends. Some shit I do. That's just not some shit I would tell nobody. And he say off the wall shit to blow me. So yeah, no. And it's just like I don't have time for the pettiness. When you talk to me and you by yourself, you still want to be nice and oh baby mama. No. No. You want to be oh baby mama, you know, I miss you. No, you don't. You just miss something else. But you're not getting that either. So I don't get the time of day. But then when you talk to me and you're around your little girlfriends, it's oh, yeah, all right, bro. Sir. Can I be bro when you by yourself? Like that's where my petty come in. Cause don't be trying to sweet talk me out my drawers when you're alone, but when you with your bitches, now I'm bro. No, let me be bro all the time. Stop trying to talk me out my drawers. Like, can we just drop that conversation? Why we can't drop that conversation? Why do we have this conversation? It's been years. It's been 2 years now. 3 years. It's been 3 years since you've touched me, sir. It won't happen again. And once I'm done, I'm done. I don't do baby daddies. I don't motherfucking, you know, I don't spin a block. Not on baby daddies. Now on exes, possibly. If we ended on a good time, on a good, you know, note, possibly. But with my baby daddies, yeah, fuck that. I'm not motherfucking sitting here and I'm not spinning the block on a baby daddy. Especially if you're not motherfucking taking care of your kids the way I need you to take care of your kids. But we just not gonna do that. That just don't make no sense to me. So I stay clear of all that fuckery. I don't even play like that. That's not a safe game for a baby daddy to play with me. That's how you end up, you know, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I don't like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't want to be crazy. I ain't trying to be crazy with nobody. I don't got it in me to do the crazy. So it's like, honestly, I think, you know, I just rather play it safe and we just be cool. Cool for the children, make sure the kids are good. And I think my baby daddies really hate that I be trying to tell them how to parent. And it ain't even that I be trying to tell them how to parent. I let them parent and then I evaluate. Like I'm that baby mama that I kind of be like, hey, we're gonna have evaluations once a month type of thing. But no, I let them parent and then after they parent and the kids are away, I'd be like, so you know you could have did that a little better, right? You know you could have did this way, you could have said this, or you could have said that, and you being the male in their life, you know, it just sound a little more like this and this. And they look at me like I'm crazy. They don't be trying to hear my shit, but at the end of the day, they heard it and they take that shit, and I guarantee you I see that shit happen the next time. And I appreciate that when they listen. I definitely appreciate it when they fucking listen. When they don't is when I just be like, I'm sick of this shit, because teamwork make the dream work. And if you're not gonna sit here and listen to what I'm saying about some kids that I got every day, all day, what are we doing? How are we co-parenting? If I can't help you grow accustomed to the way that I've raised these kids into who they are, because I know them, if I'm spending every day with them, how are we gonna co-parent? How are you gonna know what to do? Like, I don't understand. 1 second, guys. These kids don't. This the second week in a row, right? That we done went through this shit with these kids. Okay, so now they want to play with me. So now I gotta make sure that they're in the bed at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays, because why y'all playing like y'all don't know what tonight is? This like week 2 or 3. I don't even know no more. I'm confused. But why they want to keep playing? See, this is what I'm talking about. The parenting, the ghetto shit here, the fucking ghetto. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it, because why they want to play with me? All right, y'all. So look, right. I went through it this weekend. I told y'all I had this conversation with my daughter. And if you're following me on Facebook, you probably seen that I said this girl asked me what my body count was. This is my 15-year-old we're talking about. Okay. So not only did she ask me what my body count was, but she also asked me if I ever experienced an orgasm. And not only did I not know how to answer the first question, I definitely did not know how to answer the second question. But did I? I did. As honest as I possibly fucking could. And oh, y'all got to understand. Like I say, I've been a parent half of my life. So not only am I a parent to this little girl, I am in position to be a big sister too. Because technically we are only 16 years apart. I really could be her sister. So when I parent from a parent sister type of thing. Like, if my mom had her and I was the one raising her. But at the same time, I'm still that parent. So I still have that strict enforcing of everything, right? The crazy thing is, when she asked me these questions, everybody was just like, lie. And I'm just like, one thing I don't do is lie to my kids. Like, I don't care what it's about. I may not give them a direct answer, but I'll give them a ballpark answer. Especially with something like that, because I'm damn sure not about to ever tell this child how many bodies I had. Okay. So did she get a range? Sure. She got a range of numbers. But she didn't get the actual number. I would never tell anybody how many bodies I got. I just feel like that's not your business. And it's not even a lot, but it's not your business. Why you want to know? Like, what they got to do with anything? Who you telling my business to? That's how I would feel with somebody asking me that. Like, why is this important to you? Why? When you get in here, you ain't gonna be able to tell nothing. Nada. Shit. I can bet my last motherfucking dollar on that. Hey, let's just say I gave birth to 5 kids and all C-sections. All C-sections. So hey, I'm my girl's perfectly still intact. There's never been stretched out of character. But it's just like, her asking me that, it put me in a very, very vulnerable spot, because how many people are really comfortable with even giving their kids an answer to that question? Like, how many parents do y'all know would really answer that? Amanda say one of the twins asked me a few weeks ago how to give a woman fellatio because he had been dating for 3 months and he thought it was time for that over pizza. You know what, Amanda? That probably would have took me out. I I need to be at that dinner table to hear that conversation, because that would have taken me out. I'm not prepared for the boys to start asking questions, because I know their questions are going to be way different. the reasoning for their questions are going to be way different. The girls are asking questions because, you know, it's intriguing for them. They need to know whether it's safe or not. Boys want to know whether it's fun or not. So it's just like, what are we doing? Sorry, y'all. I got a lot going on here. But it's like, what are we doing? The boys are going to be asking the most. Whew, Amanda, I can't. I can't imagine that. 15. Okay, you know what? That makes more sense. Yeah. Did you explain to him that we don't have to jump straight into that? um, it's just like, really, it's so many layers to having to have these conversations with these kids. Like, it's not just one part. That's the fucked up part. It's just not one part. So it's just like, I need I need help. I need to understand. It's We are revisiting the conversation this weekend. I told her I need. Yes, ma'am. See, that's what I mean. Is fucking it. Amanda say she called her daddy. I would have had to too, because somebody got to tell him this. As a woman talking to boys, yeah, it's different. Um, it's very different, and I just don't know. You know how we can. Amanda, you got me with this one because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. At least he's thinking about her. I feel like I don't. With boys, it's so different because it's just like, oh, okay, where at least you're not being selfish. You're not asking for her to do it to you, or you just not trying to get some out of her. I don't know what to say, guys. That right there has me in a whirlwind, because I probably would have lost it. I don't know what I would have said at that conversation. That definitely would have got held off until another day, because I gotta think on that. I gotta sleep on that. I probably gotta go talk to Chat GPT to talk to them to see how I can even have this conversation without being embarrassed myself, because that'll be having to have that conversation as the parent is embarrassing. Like, the kids don't feel like it's embarrassing, but for us, it's really embarrassing because I gotta explain to you. And like I keep telling my kids, I explain so much to them that I end up going into detail and giving them life situations that I've experienced. Like with my youngest daughter today. Okay, so I was telling her, well, she was telling me how her friend, one of her ex-best friends, decided to date a young boy after she dated him. And I had to tell her, like, in your mama opinion, and this is just my opinion, and this is for relationships that weren't so serious. Just like, some friendships, maybe you went out on a couple dates, but it didn't work, it really didn't go anywhere. But, maybe your friend bumped into him and met him outside of what y'all had going on, and they end up dating. Like, that's something that I wouldn't have a problem with. As long as this wasn't something that kind of happened behind my back, like being sneaky and conniving, I wouldn't be mad. But my daughter and her friend and the little boy that she was talking to, there is no way I could tell him how to do it. She asked him to, and he said he would. Oh, fuck. Oh, now she asked him. Why is she asking? Why are we? If that was the case, I would definitely want to talk to her parents, because do her parents know that she's out here trying to, get licked on? It's a little too soon for that. What we doing? You asking for it? And that's all you asking for? Oh no, we need to talk to her parents, Amanda. Cause that's where I am now. We need to talk to her parents because what? A couple of stuff. You know what? It's always the nerds, and they always experiment with each other, and sometimes majority of the time it lasts forever. But yeah, I think if they've been together since they were 12, it's definitely a conversation that all of you guys need to sit down and have, just so they understand that, if they decide to take that next step, that they have you guys' support and they understand the protection level that needs to be taking place here. I think that's where we lack as parents when it comes to really giving kids the necessary support for uncomfortable conversations, because nobody wants to sit here and talk to their kids and really tell them how to have sex, especially at these tender ages of 15, 16. Nobody wants to do that. My daughter's therapist suggested that she get on birth control, which is how we got to this conversation of the whole sex thing. Because when she told me that the therapist suggested it, I'm just like, well, were you telling her like you wanted to have sex? Because she has a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is a junior. She's a freshman in high school. She said, oh hell no, her father wants me, so that would be uncomfortable. They will learn. I hope. I'm so worried he will be bad at it. I'm screaming, Amanda, you're killing me. She said, I'm worried he'll be bad at it. He's gonna be bad at it, Amanda. He's just starting out. If he's perfect at it when he's not, she shouldn't even know that he's perfect at it. If he is, she shouldn't even know that he was really bad. Like, it should be an experience for the both of them. And hopefully he is bad at it, so they never want to do it again right now. Maybe they want to just wait. That's how I would be thinking. But I just feel like, I hate that her father is a weirdo, because why are you making this weird, sir? Our kids are dating. And if he's a weirdo like that, I understand why this young lady is trying to go ahead and get her boots knocked this early. And dad is he's no pick of the litter. I can see. Understandable. Cool. And that right there is why we have to do better and be very intentional with our parenting, because we never know what we're exposing our kids to on accident. She probably, I can't speak for them, but I know a lot of girls who have witnessed their fathers be whores, and a lot of boys and girls who witnessed their mother be whores. So, some take that and they use it as something not to do, and some take it and they follow in the footsteps of the person that they watch do it. So, it's really about being intentional with these kids and really showing them something different, because them getting this from us, like, look what we're exposing them to. And I hate that my daughter's even exposed to these conversations, because it's just like, I wasn't ready. And it's not even that I hate that she was exposed because I wasn't ready. It's just more so like, I didn't want her to get there this fast. But at the same time, she's about to be 16. I'm not ready, because I've been somebody's mama half my life. Like, and at 16, I was pregnant with her. So I think that's why this is kind of like a teeter-totter spot for me. Everybody's trying to tell me like, oh, she's had sex or she's getting ready to have sex. Nah, I know my kid. And a lot of people say that, but if y'all pay attention to me and how I speak and how I maneuver and how I do things, when I say I know my children, I know them. So when it comes time for it, my daughter ain't got the feeling herself yet. Out of, how they say when girls get to having sex, they get to feeling themselves, smelling themselves. And, that stank attitude hit, like, she's a woman. She just, you can't tell her shit. She ain't hit that yet. She ain't hit it yet. And the way she is, oh baby, I know when sis get her some, oh it's gonna come full force. It ain't gonna be shit you can tell her, and that's why I want her to wait, because I would hate to have to go rock 'em, sock 'em, bop 'em with my daughter over a little boy because she goddamn dick dumb. That's the one thing I don't want. And I don't believe that my daughter would become dick dumb because I raised her better than that. And even right now, she'll break up with a boyfriend quick. But like I say, that very first one, that first time, those moments, those experiences, they're different. They're different. So like her little boyfriend that she has now, he's very respectable. His parents are nice. Even the last little boyfriend she had, parents nice, he's respectable. They both had good heads on their shoulders. They both play sports. You know, they have something going for themselves. So they have something to focus on other than just getting in her drawers, the same way she has something to focus on other than just being another girl laying on her back for these little boys. So that's the one thing that I do love about my daughter. I know that she's very focused on her studies. My girl went into high school with high school credits. She's graduating a year and maybe 2 years, but for sure she can graduate a year and a half early. And she gonna go into college with college classes already, college credits, because she's taking college courses now in high school. So that's the type of kid I got. Like, she's a dancer. So that's why it's like, I know she has a sex appeal. I know she has everything. She's her mother. So I know it's there. I know what she has going on. And I know what I feel that she has is elevated times 10. I know it is. Because I am my mama times 10. So I can only imagine what I've produced. And I've raised her. So she act like me. She is me. Okay? So it's just like, with everything going on, I really have to continue to be an open book. And with me being an open book, that requires me to be very vulnerable with myself, very open with myself, and very open with both of my girls, because I have never lied to them. They've known since they were maybe like 8 and 10 that I used to strip, that I used to be a dancer. They've known, like, you know, they understand that everybody got their own dad. I've explained that situation and how that happened, and you know how it became so, or whatever it is. Like, they get the raw version of me every time. It never fails. I don't give them anything other than who I am and what I have to offer. And I think that's why my oldest daughter be quick now and be like, you made some fucked up decisions. And I got to tell her, hey, your mama was traumatized. So you can't judge me based off the decisions that I was making, because I was making those decisions based off the environment that I was in, the things that I had going on, the fact that I had kids to take care of. Like, a lot of shit that I was doing was to save my mental health. And in those moments, it wasn't right. I ain't gonna tell you every decision I made was right. Hell no, I make decisions and be mad as fuck at myself afterwards. Because what the fuck? How did we get here? Like, for real. That shit be so all over the place. But that's why I'm glad I give my kids the opportunity to check me. Because if they don't, baby, you better believe I don't too much listen to other adults, because I don't like the way other people live that's around me. So when it comes to another adult that I'm seeing on a consistent basis of how your life is going, I'm not listening to shit you got going on. Not even what you got going on. I'm not listening to shit you saying how I can change my life. Because if you could give me advice, baby, you can use that shit yourself and do what the fuck you need to do for you. Don't come over here with that. I see you over there living shitty or got some shit going on all the time and some drama and always negative. I don't want that shit. So I'm not going to take shit from you. No type of criticism. I'm not even going to allow you to give it to me because I don't want it. I'm not going to hear it, for the simple fact that whatever you feel like you're going to tell me, apply that shit to your own life. Let me see you do it. But my kids, I'm going to listen to. Because they with me. They know me. They sitting here watching. And if they can sit here and watch me and just off instinct feel that something's not right, and they can bring it to my attention, then I can sit down and I can reflect with them. And I can tell them, yeah, that probably wasn't the best decision. But I made this decision because of this, this, and this. Now that I've made that decision and I see that it wasn't the best decision, from this day forward, I can move forward and know that I can never do that again. So not only did they teach me a lesson, but they got a lesson because they see that they mama not just ignoring that she can make mistakes too. They get that they mama can make mistakes. So they know that it's safe for them to make mistakes, but it's also safe for them to go back and fix that shit. And what more can I do with that? That's all I want, is for them to understand that no matter what, this life is theirs. I can only give them options. I can show them things. I can put things in front of them, but I cannot make them go do and partake. I can't. I don't want to. Like, I look at my kids the way I look at being in a relationship. I don't want to control you. That's not why I was put here. That's not why you were put here. You weren't put here for me to control you. You were put here to serve the purpose that God saw forth for your life. And I was put here to help you get there. It was something in me that he needed for you to be who he needs you to be. That's why he gave you to me as a child. Because they say the kids pick their parents. I could believe it. But at the same time, I feel like God gave them options. This parent got this parent got that, you know? So if he did put us in a lineup and these kids pick like, yeah, I want that one to be my mom. You know, it was just something like that. I don't know. But I feel like it's all divine. It's for a reason. It's for a purpose. The kids that we get are for a purpose. And who they become in the world is either our failure or our success story. Because you were the guide. You were the leader to get them to the point of taking this to the next level and becoming who they want to be. The first job, those first 18 years, if not longer, is your chance to show these kids so many opportunities, so many things outside of what's around them every day. Give them options. Fill their brains with things that are not normal for them. Love them for real. And give them the chance to explore. And not know what they want to do for a while, because it's so many options and they're so good at things because they're trying out everything. Give them that chance. I guarantee you, you'll have the happiest kid, and they're going to grow up to be amazing human beings because they were able to explore and become who they really wanted to be. And with that, all I can say is, y'all, I need y'all to start following the YouTube channel. Okay. I am doing a raffle. So what's this? February 3rd. Last week we had 260,000 listeners. I need y'all to come see me on YouTube. Okay. Simply Complicated Chats. I'll drop details next week for sure. But I love y'all. See y'all next week. We're out of here. Good night.